Hey guys, how you doing? Steve Lav here. Just do a little vlog. I haven't done one in a while. I've been getting a lot of guys been asking me about the ketogenic diet that I've been following, and what's the best way to get started and stuff. And I'm gonna show you at the end of my little discussion here what I use, what I found that it's an awesome program. It's free, and what I used to punch all my micros in and see how much everything is. It does all the work for you. But anyway, a couple of guys have been asking me if I've had any side effects with the ketogenic diet. Now, what the ketogenic diet is let me just try to explain it to you. So if you haven't watched my other videos, basically, we're brought up for our body to run on glucose from the American diet and everything. It's sugar, processed food. That all goes in our body and it turns to glucose, and you run off of glucose. And as you bring glucose into your body, your insulin spikes. Sugar goes high in your bloodstream, and insulin comes in to bring the sugar down, because you can only have 2 tablespoons of sugar throughout your whole body and all your blood. So every time you eat sugar or any kind of pasta, bread, or anything that's high glycemic, even some of the fruit, a lot of the fruit is will spike your glucose levels, and your insulin gets pumped in there to bring it down. So that's where the fat storage comes in when you have insulin involved. Insulin is what puts fat into the cells. But just hear me out. So the ketogenic diet is a low carb, low protein, high fat diet. And what that does is, if you follow this protocol with the ketogenic diet, you turn your body into burning, instead of burning glucose, which is sugar, eventually it takes a little while to convert over, but you start burning ketones, which is fat metabolism. Basically, your body's running off of fat. And you'll see in my little what I've been following, what I mean by that. So it's not as much fat as you think it is, but because I'm kind of trying to lose weight, but you'll see as I go along. It's a lot of the doctors that I've been following and following on YouTube, them guys are all on a ketogenic diet. They all follow themselves. There's a lot of health benefits for being on a ketogenic diet. A lot of guys have been asking me if I had any side effects. I'll explain to you what happened to me in my results and everything. So, what I've noticed on the ketogenic diet. Now, I started eating healthy a while back. I started cutting all the sugar out of my diet, started cutting all the, the processed food out of my diet, and I started to lose some weight. The doctor told me I had a fatty liver, so I had to quit the drinking. So ever since then, I started to change a little bit and eat a little bit healthier. And I went strictly into the ketogenic. I kind of went slowly into the ketogenic diet by cutting all the sugar out of my diet, all the bread and the rice and stuff like that, and just eating more vegetables, which I recommend people do. Don't jump into it full force. If you can get all the sugar out of your diet, anything that's got sugar in it, anything that's processed food, if you get that out of your diet and just eat more fruits and vegetables, or more vegetables and some protein, salad type of stuff, you'll lose the weight just on that alone. Sugar is the worst thing, they say, for you. But even like fruit juice is all full of sugar. Apple juice, see all the sugar in that? That's all sugar. That all turns into glucose. The reason why I decided to go ketogenic is because, for me, carbohydrates always, my whole life, has made me tired. Every time I eat, I'm always tired after I eat. Always, ever since I've been a kid. So me and carbohydrates don't do good. So the ketogenic diet has been a godsend to me. I consider it a lifestyle because I changed the way I'm eating now. Basically, like I said, I got rid of all the sugar out of my diet, all the processed food, and I make my own salad stuff usually. I make salad stuff. I have some protein, a small amount of protein, and the fat comes in olive oil, coconut oil, butter, stuff like that. And I could do videos, put together what I eat, how I eat. I've been dropping 5 pounds a week, and I've been feeling good. Now, side effects and pros and cons of the ketogenic diet. Well, when your body's burning glucose, it takes at least a couple of days to switch over, or some people say 6 months, some people say a year. With me, I don't know. It probably took couple a couple of weeks to switch over. Starting to eat. If you start to eat ketogenic, strict ketogenic diet, it's going to take a while, maybe a week or so, till you start making ketones and start switching over. Everybody's got a different outlook on that, but you go through what they call the keto flow, because your body has to start burning ketones for energy instead of glucose. So as you do this diet and you start eating in the proper realm, proper fat, carbohydrate, and protein mixtures, I'll show you how to do that in that little program I got. Your body has to convert over and start using stored fat or fat in your diet to run as energy. You're not going to be running on glucose. You're going to be running on ketones, which is fat metabolism. Which for me, it's the fat's just melting right off me. I'm dropping weight, and I feel good, and I've never felt so good in probably my whole life, actually. But it's gonna take a conversion. It takes a little while. A lot of people go through the keto flu. They get tired. They get nauseated, because your body's kind of rejecting that. But it will switch over eventually, as long as you got your gallbladder. You're not diabetic, and all your glands are good. You have to have good glands as far as your adrenal gland on your kidneys. Your adrenal gland on your pancreas has to be good, because that has a lot to do with it. And I've done well with it. I have an issue with my adrenal glands. Through my mother died of a crazy thing, and they've been checking me, and my adrenal glands tend to be an issue, but I've been doing okay with it. Pros and cons. The pros of it, that for me, now everybody's different. You might experience something different than I have, but for me, I kind of went through the keto flu. I kind of felt tired and nauseous, but I kept at it because I knew I wanted to get over to the other side. Once you get over to the other side and you stay on that eating plan, you're gonna be making ketones, which you have to check your blood sugar for ketone levels. Your ketone levels should be between like probably 1 to 5, 1 to 6, making ketones. That means you're metabolizing fat, you're burning fat, and what happens is when you start making ketones and you start eating this ketogenic diet, your blood sugar drops. My blood sugar is like, usually I check it every morning, and I check it after each meal, and I check my ketone levels in the morning. Usually it's under 80 every morning I get up. And after I eat a meal, a couple hours later, it usually don't go up more than 10 points. That's when you know you're in a state of ketosis. When you eat a meal after 2 hours, you check your blood sugar after an hour, 2 hours, it goes up less than 10 points, your blood sugar. You know you're in the state of ketosis. But like I said, it takes a while for your body to convert and to run in that realm. I was lucky to be able to switch over, and I'm there now. So I'm running in the state of ketosis, which is fat burning. I'm losing weight. I'm probably dropping 5 pounds a week. That's what I'm dropping, 5 pounds a week. Now, if I didn't want to drop 5 pounds a week, which I don't have a problem with doing that, I could just take in more fat in my daily diet, my daily schedule, and it would slow down. I also have this little watch here that is hooked up to the program, Fitbit. I got this, and I got a scale, and this tells me, how many steps I do, how much exercise I do in a day, and it goes right on the program, and it tells me how much more fat I have to consume in that day by this watch. It's pretty cool. It tells me how much I sleep. I also got a scale that's hooked up to the program. So when I step on the scale in the morning, it goes right to the program. It tells the program how much I weigh, percentage of body fat. It's pretty cool. All right, so let me get back to sorry about that, getting off track here. Let me get back to pros and cons. The pros are being on a ketogenic diet in a state of ketosis, they call it, when your body's burning fat and you're not, and your blood sugar is under 80. Okay, your blood sugar is under 80 and your ketones are at 3 or 4, something like that. Then you're kind of in a state of ketosis, but you have to check it. You have to check after you eat. If you're going up 20 points, your body always wants to burn carbohydrates over ketones. Always, it'll go right back. So you go in to have a couple of apples or a little bowl of rice. Boom, you're gonna be right back burning carbohydrates and storing fat again because your insulin's gonna be going up. So hopefully this video ain't too long, but I gotta try to get all this stuff in there, tell you what's going on with me. So the biggest thing I've noticed in the state of ketosis, which I'm in, because I'm following a certain diet, I'm eating certain things, and I'm following this protocol, and I'm following this thing now for like I think 3 weeks. I've been doing strictly not going outside the perimeters at all. I've noticed that I have no appetite. My appetite is completely gone. Before, I used to be hungry and I used to have to eat, and now I could go 2-3 days and not even be hungry at all. I noticed another thing. My blood pressure is really low. My blood pressure, normal blood pressure is 120 over 80, right? That's normal. Before, my blood pressure was like 130 over 90. It was getting high. I was like, getting ready to start taking the medicine type of stuff. Once I started this ketogenic diet and started eating in this realm and getting in a state of ketosis where your body's burning fat instead of carbohydrates, because I'm not feeding my body sugar or a lot of carbs. I only eat a certain kind of carbs. My blood pressure dropped down like 100 over 70. Wake up in the morning, I check my blood sugar, my ketone levels, my pulse. I got the thing right there, or on my couch. I check my blood pressure, and I check my pulse, and it's like 100 over 70, which is low. Now I just went for colonoscopy today because my doctor says I'm 52 and I need to go. So I went, they hooked me up to the monitor. The doctor, says, oh, you got a heart rate of a 19-year-old. So there you go. I had right on the border of high blood pressure. I started this, it dropped right down. My legs are all swollen around where my socks were. I started this, that all went away. Another thing that I've noticed with me now, I told you I have a problem with my glands as far as my adrenal glands. There's issues with my adrenal glands. I've noticed with me, not everybody, when I stand up really fast, I'll get a little dizzy. And I think that's got a lot to do with my adrenal glands. But other than that, I'm fine. It's not like I'm going to fall down or something. I have good energy. I'm not tired anymore after I eat. I got plenty of energy. That's the only drawback that I've noticed with me is if I get up fast, I'll get a little bit dizzy. More stamina than before? Absolutely. I got more energy than I had before. But my body's burning fat now. And a lot of guys have asked me about it and what plan do I use. I'm gonna cut this short. I'm gonna show you the plan I use, and then I'll do more videos on this stuff if you guys want it. I'm not trying to push this on anybody. For me, it's been a godsend. For me, it's worked out well. Will it work out for you? Yeah, if you follow the protocol, I'm sure that you could adapt. It's gonna take a while to get over to the other side if you want to do it. But then that's something that you're going to have to kind of follow that routine, I got all the sugar out of my diet, all the bread, rice, all the processed food completely out. I got it out of my house, I'm eating all clean. All right, let me show you the program and try to put a video together for you guys. All right, guys, so this is the program I use right here. CRON meter, METER. And I found it from this guy, Dr. Mercola, which I watched this guy. I think he's really good. Him and Dr. Berg, them are the two doctors that I follow that both of them are on a ketogenic diet. Let me click on that just so you guys could see what the guy looks like. And he's got a vast array of information. This is him right here. This is his website, drmercola.com. He's on YouTube also. See if I can find him on YouTube. This guy he's really good. This is the guy right here, Dr. Mercola. He's really an awesome guy. He's got a lot of stuff. Look it up. He does a ketogenic diet and see what he says about it. I'm not a doctor, you know. Him and another guy. I want to show you one other guy that I follow, and he does a ketogenic diet. Let me look him up. Dr. Berg. Here's the other guy right here, Dr. Berg. Eric Berg. This is the other guy you want to see. He's on a ketogenic diet, and he talks about it, what's good and what's bad. It'd be great to watch both of these guys. Check these guys' videos out, what they say about it, and what they're both doctors, and they're both on the ketogenic diet. All right, back to this cryometer here. Now, this is what I use. Okay, and let me show you. Here's today. I didn't really eat. I just ate lunch today, and I did the scope and all that stuff, like I said. So that was yesterday. I was taking the juice for the scope. So we'll go to 19. You know, and you could see I plug all my food that I use, all the food that I eat. Here's my ketone levels right here. Blood glucose when I woke up was 77. Okay, ketones 3.3. Blood pressure, pulse, my weight. You know, I keep track of all that stuff. And then, you know, I'll go over what I eat for breakfast and lunch and stuff, but I plug all my stuff in here, everything, right, that I eat on breakfast, lunch, supper. Whatever I'm going to eat, I'll put it in there. This is how many calories I burnt in a day right there. Here's all the calories I burnt in a day. Okay, here's how much I consumed. Here's how much I lost, right there. And then first thing when I plug all my information in the morning, this is usually 100% right across, 100, 100, 100. Then as you use exercise, it all comes off the fat. So some days, you know, every day when I do my program, I have it all itemized right down to the last, you know, 100%. Protein, 100% carbs, 100% fat. Here's the percentage over here. And then, you know, because I have the watch on, see I have the watch on here, it tells me how much exercise I use, and it all comes off the fat, which is really, really cool. And then down here it's got all the vitamins and minerals, and you know, if you meet all your targets. The one thing I find really hard to meet is this potassium. You know, water. It's got the water, it's got the fiber, it's got the sodium, it's got everything. It's got all the proteins, the lipids, which is the fats, all the protein profile. So as you plug the food into this program, it does all the work for you. Now down over here, there's a couple of videos where you could watch where they tell you how to program this. Now I'm on a strict ketogenic diet, and I'll show you down over here. I know I'm going kind of fast for you guys, but see if you click on this little dial over here, this will bring you into. I'm on. This is a rigorous. See right over here, high fat ketogenic diet. Now, if I wanted to go to, I could go custom, so high fat ketogenic diet. I'm on rigorous. Now, if I wanted to change it, I could just go to moderate, and then that would change how much I can eat. You know, in different realms. I could go custom, I could go relax, but I'm on rigorous, which is if you had cancer. Anybody that's on cancer should be on this diet, because you restricting sugar and glucose in your body, and you're burning fat. It's pretty cool. It's really worked well for me. But I just wanted to do this video so you guys can see the program I'm using. This program is really, really transformed the way I eat and how I think about things. Now this is when I first got started. I've been doing it for this is when I started. September 26th is when I first started putting all my food in there. Now you could see on this day right here, I won a little bit over on the carbs. See, 100 when I first started programming all my food in there. The 27th. Let's see if that one looks a little better. That one I won over too. See, I won over on the fat. I went way over. I cheated on that day. Look at that. I went way over on that. I think I had some pasta that day. That was a bad one. Let's go to the 28th. All right, this was when I was starting. This was like the third or fourth day I was starting to use it. I was starting to get better with adding all my food. Now, if I got too much carbs, I'll do is I'll just take some of the carbs out. Now, all my carbs, what I usually eat is I'll have like there's only certain carbs that I'll consume, and I'm gonna go over that in another video, what I eat and what I don't eat. But I'm just trying to do a quick little review on this program. And if you guys want to, do this diet and you get this program, it's free. And then all the food that you can do, just, like I said, follow these videos right here. I got myself a little scale. I weigh all the food and everything that I put in here. I can look it right up. Let me show you quickly how I look it up. I don't mean to make this video long, but here's the 21st. We're going to just say the 22nd. I'm going to say for tomorrow. So if I want to add food, I go over here to add food, right? And then, I could just punch in kale, just for shits and giggles. Just punch in kale. Okay, so now raw kale comes up, cooked kale. Frozen, unprepared kale. We'll just go raw kale. Okay, down over here, you got cups. So you're going to have 1 cup. Usually I go grams. You could go grams. So I know 2 cups of kale. 2 cups of kale is 32 grams. I already know that because I got my scale and I weigh it. So you can see the amount of carbs right there. Okay. Then you punch that in. And you got the kale, 32 grams. And then go down over here and it shows you on the scale where you are with the grams. Okay. So kale, I could make a kale shake or whatever. But, so then say you wanted to add hamburg to that. You wanted to have hamburg. Hamburg, ground beef. Usually 80% is good, right? So the ground beef. Now, you usually go by grams again. Now, let me just show you. It doesn't take a lot. A small patty, right? We'll even go a very small patty, hamburg. And you click on that, add serving. Okay, so we got a small patty, which is not a lot. Look at that, it's 9 grams. So, that's how you do it. I try to do for breakfast, I try to bring all my numbers up the same. And I've been eating 2 meals a day. I'll usually use a couple of eggs. That's what I usually do for breakfast. I'll do a couple of eggs. Let's delete, put eggs in there. If you guys want me to do more with this, I could do more and show you exactly what I do, I usually do large eggs, so I do a couple of large eggs for breakfast. Okay, and then we go down here to profile. You can see where I'm coming up, the fats. And I already got the kale in there, And if you wanted to add butter or coconut oil. Butter, I use certain kind of butter. Tablespoon right there. We'll go just go 1 tablespoon of butter and we'll see what happens with the fat. See the fat ratio? So then, on the carbs, I would probably add some more stuff to the carbs and bring my ratio. And then I would figure my lunch. And I would bring this all the way over till I got my, I'm filled up for the day. Then I know what I need for food. All right, let me go on another thing over here. Let's see about this one here, this day. Oh, this day here, see, I didn't go the whole way. I didn't fill it up all the way. And it tells you how much energy you have. It tells you how much you burnt, how much you consumed, and then it comes on a graph here, so you could see. Now you obviously, if you start going over, you're not going to be in ketosis no more. If you stay within this realm, you're going to be in ketosis. That's why this thing is so awesome. And you could see, I put everything I eat, I put in here, everything I put right down in here. And this is an awesome tool. All right, over here, this is I already got this as complete, but I could mark it as incomplete. And if I wanted to add over here weight, I could put my weight, I could put my pulse, I could put my blood glucose, body temperature, cholesterol, triglycerides, mood, ketones. That's where I put my ketone numbers in. So if I wanted to put ketones, I click on 3.5 and I click add measurement and it would go right in there. Sleep, it's got everything. Weight, height, pulse. I put my pulse, I put my blood pressure. These are the 2 for the blood pressure. My glucose. The weight goes with the scale.
I use the ketones, and I do the sleep, you know. And then you want to add a note. Say you want to say you woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning or what. See, like this right here? That's add a note. You add a note and do what you want, and then it comes up on the bottom. You just drag it for where you want it and put it right where you want it. So basically what I usually do is when I wake up in the morning, I'll put the time. Here's my sleep, 10 to 2:30. And then I was up for an hour, and then 3:30 to 6:30. That's 7.5 hours. That's another thing you have to do, is you have to get good sleep if you want to make ketones. You know, very important. And then here's my weight from Fitbit. So yeah, weight when I stepped on a scale, that was a while ago. It was last week, last Thursday. My weight came right up here. Activity. That's when I first started using the Fitbit, I think. But it's pretty cool. And then this is all the stuff I ate. I had a shake, had a kale shake. I usually make kale shake in the morning with a couple of eggs down there. And then I had a chicken breast, and I had this other stuff. You see, that day I went out to eat with my kid at a Mercola Ultra, which I try to quit that, but sometimes I do. So that wasn't the greatest day, but you know, you can cheat sometimes. I try not to, but it's just how it is. And here's another day. I want to try to show you something. All right, here's a day right here. Here's a day that I've been using the Fitbit watch. Okay, right here it shows my activity. I was pretty busy that day working, just out and about with this watch working. Okay, and I want to show you. In the morning when I calculated all my numbers, okay, all my numbers were boom, 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 boom. Now this is the fat down here. You could see as I used the exercise, see the exercise right here? It all came off the fat. So if I wanted to maintain, this program is maintained to burn 2 pounds a week. If I wanted to maintain and only burn two pounds a week instead of 5, I would have had to eat that much more fat in my diet to maintain, to only lose 2. But I just keep it the way it is, and as I move around, the watch burns X amount of calories, and it just comes off the fat. That's more fat off my body I'm using. So when I get to the point when I'm stable and where the weight I want to be, which is not going to be long, another couple of months, I'll be right where I want. I'll have to just maintain. I'll have to eat more fat in my diet. So don't have any mistake about it. Your diet is 73% fat. You know, this day was 16% protein and 11% carbs. So it's not a lot of carbs, and you have to eat carbs, certain type of carbs. You can't eat everything. You only can eat certain type of carbs, like salad stuff. Usually I got stuff that I eat off of is spinach, kale, and broccoli, cauliflower, red cabbage, green cabbage, Brussels sprouts, the sprouts, and the monk sprouts. I'll have those. Celery, olives. What else do I eat? Shows right here. This is what I have. Baby spinach, broccoli raw, cauliflower raw, fennel raw, raspberry raw, red pepper, red cabbage. Here's a couple of sprouts. I got monk sprouts, bean sprouts, avocado, and olives. Right here, olives. So then, you know, you can see the grams. On the Brussels sprouts, I had 20 grams. On the monk beans, I had 10 grams. The red cabbage, I had 15 grams. I got a little scale. I weigh everything. The fennel, I had 10 grams. Broccoli, baby spinach, 2 cups is 60 grams. So I weigh everything, you know. And if you punch all your stuff in and you're over on the carbs, you can go up here and change the weight and put in less in your salad, you know. And then now the fat that I ate was 2 tablespoons of olive oil that day. Avocado is quite a bit of fat, right? And then with the eggs, I had a couple of let's see up here. I had a couple of eggs for breakfast. 2 eggs and 1 tablespoon of butter. And on my shake, I put some coconut oil in the shake, 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, and that gave me all my fat. Now, if you wanted to go down here and click on fat, so you click on fat, it tells you all the grams and everything, how much fat. I put mayonnaise. I think I did something. I must have had tuna fish that day. Yeah, mayonnaise, and I had tuna fish that day, see? and it tells you all your fat. Now you just go on red, it tells you all your carbohydrates. I put just a tiny amount of blueberries in on that shake just to kind of mix it up a little bit. But this is, if you guys want me to do more with this, I will. But I know the video's long, but I just wanted to do a quick thing on what I use. Chronometer. I don't want to keep the video too long. But like I said, if you guys want to download this and watch these videos, the lady will help you. The lady will help you and watch Dr. Mercola and Eric Burke, and they'll tell you, you know. And if, like I said, if you guys want me to do more videos on how I do it and why, and I will do more. And like I said, this is the exercise. See all the fat come off. Now, when you exercise all day, it don't come off that you can eat more carbs, because you can't. You got to eat more fat, because you're running on fat. You're not running on carbohydrates. You're running on fat. Don't get this diet confused on what it is. You know, you're consuming a high amounts of fat and low carbs and low protein.